Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to June. Boom, we're into the first full week of June now. Wow. How did that happen? Welcome to Pat's Stamping Place. If you're seeing me on Facebook, my name's Pat Mayer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Akron, Ohio. And I will give a minute or so until somebody pops on and lets me know you're here. And if not, when that minute or so is up, I will go ahead and get started. So if this is your first time visiting, welcome. Let me know where you're from. I'm also connected on YouTube as well. So you can hopefully catch me live or catch me, whoops, my face just went away as I grab my catalogs. Lost my train of thought there as we get started. Hey, Rose is here. Hi, Rose. Welcome. I can get started now. You're here. And you are on YouTube. Is that correct? Let me know yes or no, because it shows up a different color. Are you on YouTube or Facebook, Rose? Because I forget which colors are which when I make the connection. So let's get started. And as people pop on, I will say hello. And Francine is here. Hi, welcome. Okay, let's see. I've got one red, one blue. So somebody's on Facebook and somebody's on YouTube. Yes, okay, the red is YouTube. That's what I thought. Not that it makes a whole lot of difference. It just tells me which connection is on and which one's working. All right. I hope you had a great weekend. It was one of the most beautiful weekends ever. Welcome, Margaret. You're on YouTube. Thank you for checking in and letting me know. And you are saying good morning. So let me know where you're from if it's morning, because it's 3:30 here in Akron. Okay. So it was a beautiful weekend. I was involved with a stamp sale. Not stamp sale, garage sale. The stamp sale was a couple weeks ago. Goodness sakes. With my friend Francine, who's on here. And we did pretty good. I got rid of a lot of the stuff that never made it back into my house as I cleaned out to get ready for the floors that I had done in April. So, and golly, that already seems so long ago. So let's get started. Let me flip you down to my desktop and show you the annual catalog. Oh my goodness, you're in Sydney, Australia. Thank you. That is so exciting to know that somebody's so far away watching me. So welcome, and I hope you enjoy what you see today. Thank you. So we are in the new annual catalog, which we've now been for a little over a month. And we still have the mini catalog that's available till the end of June. And we do have a new mini catalog coming out. And if you're on my mailing list, you should be getting one shortly. I don't have a hard copy of it yet, so I can't even show you the cover of it. But what I want to talk about today is things that are in here in the mini that didn't, sadly, make it into the new catalog. And I said last week that that's what I would probably be showcasing. The things that are still available, that are on the last chance list, and then after June, they won't be available. So what I want to show you is Flowing Flowers, which is on page 36. So I've got a card with that today. It's 5:30 a.m. Ooh, that is early. So thank you for being up so early, and it's already Tuesday. Oh, That's so much fun. Thank you for sharing. Um, Flowing flowers is one of those that, golly, we all need more flowers, right? But it grabbed me because I love the sentiments in this stamp set. Note, I like you, time for a happy dance. We're always happy about something. Sending a card instead of a text. And of course, happy birthday and thank you. It does not have any dies to go with it. So it's a standalone stamp set for $25. I don't believe it's discounted at all. And it's just one that I really like and may stay in my stash for a little while. The other one is on the next page over, wait, 30, next page back, 2 pages back, is the Artfully Composed Suite. And this one includes designer paper, these little, they look like little gems, but they're like rocks. This vellum did carry over, the ribbon carried over, but the stamp set and dies did not. And I just love them. Actually, I did show this on a video, I think a couple of months ago, and these were the cards that I did that day. This one and this one. So I'm going to show it again today, but paired with something different. It's just a nice, it can be a masculine set. It's just nice and fresh. I love it. So it is a whole suite, and it's also a bundled in the Artfully Layered bundle on page 34. So let me show you what I'm going to pair it with. Back in the back of the catalog on page 174, you may have noticed these split card textures dies. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit more. You're going to see them up close and personal in just a moment. The split card textures dies, again, they're standalone. They do not coordinate with any stamp set or bundle in the catalog, but let me tell you, they're awesome, and I think you will want to have them. Thank you, Nancy. I know you love the flowing flowers. That was one of your favorites from the beginning. So split card textures, that's kind of a little bit of a tongue twister. It does say see these dies on page 86. So I will flip over here, and you see it with the vintage tools. And I think that, I'm not sure if it's elsewhere in the catalog. I did not look to see if it was also showcased on any other page, but there you see it, but it might not pop out at you from at that point. So let's show you what I have planned for today. Again, using those 2 stamp sets, the Flowing Flowers and the Artfully Layered. And that goes with the Tropical Layers dies. Dies and stamp sets never seem to have the same name. So, and it's hard to keep them all tracked in my brain. So, I do have some of the work already done, but let me show you the dies that come with this. There's even a little edge die, and then of course some leaves, some as outlines, and these 2 did cut out images. Excuse me, I can't talk and think at the same time. Did cut out images from the designer paper. I have used quite a bit of this designer paper, and so I don't have too much of it left. So some of these did cut out images from the designer paper. And I am going to use a little bit of that today too. And the colors in here are Bumblebee, which is a retired in color. So even though the yellow is in there, that particular color in cardstock and those options are not available. Calypso Coral, Evening Evergreen, Just Jade is also another retired in color. Mint Macaron, Old Olive, Pale Papaya, and Pear Pizzazz. So I'm going to use some Pale Papaya today and some Pear Pizzazz. All right, you are going to love these Tropical Layers dies. So let's get this things that I have set to go with this. Okay, let me pull up my sleeves. I know it's pretty warm outside, but it's a little chilly down here in my basement. Okay, let's get my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I also have a little bit of sadness to share today. Last week, I was so excited to have received the new refurbished, I guess you would call it, magnetic plate. And I have not had a problem with it, but it has now been pulled off of our line and is no longer able to be purchased. If you purchased the magnetic plate, since it went back in the catalog on May 3rd, you will be receiving a refund for that product. A lot of people were having issues with this peeling and pulling back, so they will continue to work with it. Stampin' Up! Always stands behind their products and will not let something be purchased, will not sell it if it's not up to quality control. Now, I am going to use it today. Just be aware of that it is not available for customer purchase or even demonstrator purchase. So I am glad I got it, but it's sad. Okay, let's get out these split card textures dies. There are two, as you saw in the catalog. One is a more geometrical design with just some squares there. And I've got some ideas for doing something else with this too. And then one that is more a floral, would give you the idea of a floral image. And I have a card with this, and I've already cut that one out. But I will show you how this one works. I'm going to lay this down on a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4. Now, I know a lot of people did have no problem or still not having any problem. Now, I've not run hundreds and hundreds of die cuts through this on my magnetic plate, but some have had no problem and some did. So for whatever reason, Stampin' Up! Will stand behind it and where's my cutting plate? Here we go. And pulled the product. So let's get that going through there. And remember, I started with a fresh set of cutting plates last week. Let's see if I can do this without standing up. There we go. So that just peels right off and lifts right up. All those little pieces come out. I think on some projects it might be fun to leave some of those little squares and rectangles in there too. And if you were watching the day I showed using the press and seal, you might think that that could be something that would be used here. So I will show that in a week or so, maybe. Let's get all these out. They don't all have to come out. That one doesn't want to come out. There we go. I'm going to leave those others in. If they fall out, that's fine. So let's move this out of the way. And this is heavy. All right. This is my sample project. And I have a piece of designer paper under here with very light, light text. But I'm going to use a different one for this card and put this behind here. And then just construct it that way. So let's get some adhesive. I think I'm back about needing a new bottle of green glue here. Multi-purpose. Let's see if that's going to come out. There we go. Oh, yes, I understand that. In fact, I didn't, excuse me, see it initially in the new catalog. And I was very, very saddened to hear that. So you will be getting your refund, and there's no need to return the magnetic plate at all. So as a customer, you can continue to use it, but they're so good at making sure that customers are happy. Okay, so I've got some glue around the edge there. And put that here with the, oh, sadly you've ordered it and payment went through, but you've not received it. I don't know how that will work. You may, since it was already ordered, you may still receive it and your payment's gone through. So you may still receive it, but I believe it was just last Thursday or Friday. Let's see, I think I want this going this direction. So this can go either way, but I think it was just last Thursday or Friday that that problem was discovered. So you may still receive the magnetic plate for your own personal use, of course, and still get a refund. So, okay, so this has got the darker color on it. I'm not sure which one I'm going to like better, but we'll see as we get it put together. So let's make sure that that glue is there. Okay, this one went this direction. So let's see how I want to do this. I think I am going to go ahead and keep this here, with this part being the more space at the bottom before I construct the rest of the die cuts. I'm going to put the sentiment there. And I love this one that says, sending all the hugs. And again, this is one that has great sentiments. Hugs, hey there, sending all the hugs. Happiest birthday wishes and thank you, as well as a very light text that's not able to be read, just for some texture and dimension. So let's stamp that, and I'm going to do that one, this time in Calypso Coral. Okay, sending all the hugs. we go. And now let's just construct. Let's use some seal here on this one. So if you're new to my channel, oops, that is empty. I have to go get another one. So let's use some more glue. If you're new to my channel, please make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell so that you get notifications when I go live, which is always, unless I have to change for some reason, at 3:30 on Mondays. Okay, and with these, I'm just going to, excuse me, add some color. These have both been cut out from the same die, and then this is stamped on Pear Pizzazz and cut out with the die. Now, the designer paper didn't say anything about Calypso Coral. No, excuse me, Calypso Coral's in it, about Coastal Cabana, but I think it's a great combination, so I just decided to add it in there. And then this is Pale Papaya that has been cut out of a piece of the designer paper. So let's put this down in the back. And add some more adhesive to that. Just need a little bit. Just add little dots of glue. You don't even need to put it on all of the leaf parts. Just enough to hold it down. Let's go this direction with this one. A little bit of my glue is oozing out there. And then let's add this one. Okay, let's, oops, I get glue on myself. Again, it was a beautiful weekend here. Margaret, you are heading into winter, is that correct? We're finally heading into summer from a spring that we never knew from one day to the next if it was going to be cold or warm. There were a few days, a week or so ago, that I had my heat on in the house. So, okay. By not putting glue under all of these, it gives it more texture to let those lift up a little bit, but it's still secure on the card. And then I have a double bow that I made from the Baker's Twine pack. I don't know if I like that or the darker one. I think I was out of that color, so that's why I went with this one. Or maybe white would be better. I think white would be better. So let's do another one. Okay, they're close, but I don't like that. Don't like that one. So let's get some, yes, It's winter there. Do you get a lot of snow where you are? Or is it just cold? I always wanted to visit Australia. When I worked for a rubber company a long, long time ago, one of my bosses was transferred there for a couple of years, and it was always someplace I thought I would like to visit. Not only that, I am a fan of koala bears, and I love koalas, and I know that that's probably the only place I would ever see one. So I see them on YouTube and all the videos and stuff. So it's just something I always liked, and my daughter liked them too, and at least she had some stuffed ones when she was growing up. All right, let's finish this up with a little glue dot. Thanks, Nancy. I love the colors too. I love this stamp set too. Okay. Glue dot, stick it down, and we're good to go. And I have this extra piece from the designer paper that I'm going to put inside. Let's just use the side that has the flower, the leaves on it. It'll look pretty in there. All right, there we go. That one's done, and here was the sample. So get down here in the camera view. So I like them both. I'm not sure if I like either one better than the other, but I'm happy with them. And I kind of like the fact that these three little spots stayed in there. I think that would look good. You could always take some of those out of the trash and add them back in there too. So I might have to do that. All right, card number 2, using flowing flowers. Now with this one, I have already pre-cut this particular die because I did want to use both of them in this video. So let's put that away so we don't have to get the cut and emboss out again. Oh, you don't have snow in Sydney. Oh, you're on the East Coast. Snow in the mountains. But it's just cold. I'll bet it's gorgeous. I'll bet it's just gorgeous. Okay, and I can put the tropical layers dies away and grab the next set of cards, wherever I put them. Where did I put that? All right, so for this one, I'm still kind of in the peachy color. So this one is Petal Pink, another one of my favorites. And this is the die for this. And this is the card that I'm going to make. Now with the flowing flowers, again, I said there are no die cuts here. So I have already pre-cut this one and show you how I'm going to use that with this one. And then we've got the thank you here. And then I do have some other samples to show you as well. So, oh, wonderful beaches. That's exciting. I'll bet in the summertime it's really nice. Yep, I'm nowhere near a beach. Can't count that. All right, so this is the die cut for this. And I have something to show you when I'm finished with this, all the samples with this extra space here. So let me get my thoughts together. And with this, I do, again, want to put my sentiment in first. And use Calypso Coral. Love the font with this. So there we've got our thank you. And I'm going to use the markers here. Now I stamped this already in Calypso Coral. I didn't want you to have to watch me fussy cut it out, so that's already cut out. But I do want some leaves to show here. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Write markers. I have Mossy Meadow, just because my Pear Pizzazz and Old Olive really need to be replaced. And then I have the Calypso Coral marker with a brush on one end and a writing tip on the other. So I will be using the brush end. And really, I just want to, if you take a look at the sample, I'm only going to be focusing on the leaves and the little dots. And when you color on your stamp, you want to lay your marker on its side so you don't ruin the tip. And then put this here. Oh, these dies are just awesome. I think they'll be a big seller. And I don't need to worry about these little dots over on this side because the flower, you can see that from the glare, the flower is going to cover it up. And I just want to breathe on that a little bit. And put that up here. And then I'm going to also want some dies down here at the bottom. So let me color it again quickly. So this is going to go together very fast. Let's see. Let me see how this is going to work out here. Better color those little dots again, otherwise they're not going to didn't think I would need that. I've got a little bit different layout here, so let's see how this is going to go. There we go. All right, now I just need to put that floral image in there. And for that, I'll use some dimensionals. And down to my little edges here on some mini dimensionals. I use every little bit. And before I do that, let's get this on the card. So there's nothing behind this. This is going to go directly on the card base. So no DSP needed. Just add some liquid glue to those little dots along there and a little line along here. Make sure I'm not putting it on upside down. I have been known to do that. There we go. And now peel this off. We'll put some gems on here. Okay, this is what I want to do before I put the flower on there. You can take the tip of your marker, your Stampin' Write marker, and just flick some spots, a little splatter on your card. Adds a little bit more texture. And now I can add this to the card. There we go. And we need some gems. And the champagne rhinestones have made it again to another catalog. I love this color. They go with so many things. And those little centers of that die cut are just perfect for these. So we'll put a couple, about 3 up there, and a couple more down here at the bottom. And then let's add a piece of basic white on the inside. Which is one of your favorites, Rose? We're always so ladylike, yes. I will get out there and see you one day this week. So I'll be in touch, Rose. Okay, so this is this one, and this is my original. So these are pretty much the same, but I do have some other samples to show you. So there's those two. And here was another one that I did with a happy birthday using polished pink, blushing bride, and doing that same kind of technique where I just use the leaves and those little dots and fussy cut that out. Used a tailored tag to go on there. This was actually my prototype to begin with. It's just a note, and got those along there on the side. And then this was kind of a last minute telling myself, can this really happen? Can this really work? Yes, you can. Put both of them on one piece of 5 1/4 by 4 and still have a space in the middle for putting a short, at least not a tall. Oh, right, the one I was just finishing. Good, I'm glad you like it, Rose. Just put that in there. So now we've got a little note card using that same design. So you can get both of them on one piece of paper. So those are our cards for today. And I really appreciate you being here. So there's that. And here's this one. And, oops, that's the wrong one. This one. Oh, maybe use some wink. You know what? That is a good thing. On my original one, I did use some Wink of Stella. So I always have one handy. That's a good idea. I like to splatter Wink of Stella also and put that on by tapping a bone folder on there. But yes, I had Wink of Stella. I don't know if you can see it on my original sample, but it's there on here. Yes, I go through Wink of Stella a lot. So good suggestion at the end that I forgot. Oh, thank you so much. Let's see, that didn't take too long. I will see you again next Monday, and let's see what I can come up with then. Thanks. Have a great evening. Have a great